To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
Hi, I'm Claire Rafson. I'm 25 years old, originally from the suburbs of Chicago, but I live in Brooklyn, New York, and work as a venture capitalist.
Why are you here on Survivor?
I am here on Survivor because it's been my lifelong dream. I've been watching since I was 4 years old, so about 21 years now. And it's something that has meant so much to me and that I've always wanted to give it a try. And I finally got the courage to apply this year, and I'm so happy I'm here. I'm also just obviously here to win the million, and I will take nothing less.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
Yeah, so like I said, I am a mega fan. I've been watching since I was 4 years old. Like, I think my most clear memory of Survivor was that I used to have to watch through the keyhole of my parents' bedroom door because I was too young and it was on too late and too scary. But when a contestant I won't name fell into the fire, I was so scared that I burst into my parents' room, kind of blew my cover. And my parents, from that moment on, let me watch with them every week in bed with them. And from then on, the past 21 years, I've just been a diehard fan. I've seen every season a couple times. This year, I started going to some of those like Survivor meetups. So I would say I'm a huge fan, and I'd like to joke, but other than my parents, Survivor basically has been like the most consistent thing in my life. And I just really, really love it.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
That's such a hard question because I feel like I see myself as somebody who identifies with little pieces of a bunch of different people. But I'd say right now how I feel, one of the winners I identify with the most is Natalie Anderson. I just absolutely loved her game. I love her attitude. I love how kind of petty she is, but in a really smart way. Like, she was so strategic, so figured out the numbers and wasn't afraid to make a move at the right time, whether that was pretending like she got the vote wrong just to get rid of somebody she wanted to get rid of, or waiting like 8 weeks to get out somebody and avenge her ally. I think she's just so iconic. And I think I would play kind of similarly with my head and my heart. And then a non-winner, it's so hard. And I feel weird even comparing myself to like anyone, but I want to say Courtney Yates. I just absolutely think she's an iconic queen. Just her sass, her honesty, and just her ability to get by doing like the bare minimum really does remind me of myself. I think I might be like a little bit nicer, but I just absolutely really like watching China. I was like, I feel this girl and her energy. I'm also like incredibly tiny and don't see myself being super useful in challenges. So I think that also makes me feel like her.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
One favorite moment, that's so hard to choose. Um, I gotta say, and I think this is a bit of a cop out because it's many moments, but I think my all-time favorite moment was just Cook Island. Basically, I'd say I loved the I-24 just dominating. And specifically, my favorite moment was every time they sent Candace to Exile Island. I thought it was like the most fun, exciting underdog story, watching them come back and also watching them do it in a really fun and petty way, sending her to exile so many times.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
One life experience that has prepared me most for the game, I think it's hard, so I'm going to cheat on this one. I think for me, just living has been that life experience. So for reference, I'm this loud as hell, 5'2", queer Black Jewish girl. And so for my entire life, everywhere I've been the odd one out, and I've stuck out like a sore thumb. So whether it was like in preschool, in college, now in corporate America, I have been living this game of Survivor for myself where I've socially and strategically had to be this odd one out and find a way to get people on my side, to do the things that I want to do, to be really smart and intentional about reaching my goals. And so far, it's worked out pretty well. But I feel like, honestly, just being so different in this world that can be kind of homogenous where I am has really prepared me to go meet 17 random strangers and to make them like me enough that they'll keep me around till I stab them in the back.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
I don't know if the new era excites me as much as it like absolutely terrifies me. You know, being such a fan of the game, I feel like I knew Survivor up until season 40. I had studied it, I'd seen every twist and turn. And so the new era is like insane to me because it's something that I haven't studied and that I don't know that well. So I think both frightened but super excited by the idea that we're going to kind of chart our own path and like our own course, and really the fact that things are going to be new and exciting and different than what I've just been seeing on TV my whole life. So can't wait.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
Yeah, so I think that, and this is what's kind of happened my whole life, especially with my tribe mates, I think they're going to perceive me as this like fun loving, kind of chill, goofy, young girl. Like I've been walking around Ponderosa or pregame in like all pink with my hair and my cute little buns and all my kind of just like smiling and living my life. So I think people will view me as just like a nice kind of harmless young small girl, which is exactly what I want them to see. I think the audience will start to realize sooner rather than later that there's like a bit more going on upstairs, and that, you know, I am a little bit more than I put out there, when it comes to being like pretty strategic, pretty thoughtful, and I like to think kind of smart.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
In an alliance, I think, you know, above all else, I'm looking for total trustworthiness, like trust, trust, trust. I don't even care what they look like, who they are, as long as we trust each other and I know what to expect about them and how we can play together. I think a really great alliance that I'd be looking for is honestly like a couple people who might think that they're like smarter or better at the game than me and might perceive me as less of a threat that they can just kind of bring along. I love to be the one in the background pulling the strings and like feeding them ideas while they execute my devious plans. And then when it comes down to it, people that I know that I can beat either at the end or who I can stab in the back before they stab me.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
I will be incredibly, incredibly eager. That being said, to look for advantages, but that being said, one of my big goals and something that I've been trying to practice is just like breathing and taking a step back, because I know that the target you can get painted on yourself for being that eager one who goes out and looks. And, you know, although it's a 26-day sprint, you need to know when to peak, right? And for me, somebody who like, I'm weak, I'm small, I'm going to be an early target if we want to keep the tribe strong. I really need to play it cool and make sure that people trust me and think that I'm somebody that they can work with long term. So I'm hoping to be able to quell that super fan desire to day one go look for an idol.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
So that's you know, I've told myself a few things, but to be honest, I'm really open to doing just about anything if it means surviving another day and getting closer to the million. There are a couple lines I won't cross, like I don't want to betray my loved ones and my family at home. But to be honest, as long as I come home feeling good about myself and my friends and family still like me, everything's on the table.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
The best and most consistent advice I got from all of my friends and family was to just chill out. And I think for me, that's really what I need to do. I'm a super fan. I'm somebody who's a lot in my head. I'm very, very strategic and a bit controlling at times. And so for me, my biggest threat is going to be myself and the things that I like the situations I put myself into by thinking too much. So I think the best advice I got was really just like breathe, calm down, take it day by day, and just like experience this experience. Like I really want to be present. And I think that was really good advice.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm really not creative on the spot, but oh God, that's so hard. And I know I should say something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Is it bad if I just skip?
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
What celebrity or fictional character would I want to come out for a loved one's visit? God, that's so hard. Hmm. Thinking about it, I'm going to be really like stressed, tired, in need of a really good hug and just like a good pep talk. And I don't know why, but like the first people that come to mind are either Beyonce or Michelle Obama. But I think either or would be great. I just want like a really good long hug from a like kind of like maternal figure, and somebody who will kind of give me that pep talk to get me through the rest of the game.